Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, my loves. It's Destin Choice, and you're watching Choice TV. So for today's video, I'm back with another unpopular opinions video, and I'm back to lose more subscribers. Basically, my last unpopular opinions video really pissed a lot of people off, and I think it was probably my worst one yet because I lost 800 followers on Instagram. 6ix9ine is probably one of the most iconic rappers of our time. I lost 2,000 subscribers on my second channel. Caitlyn Bennett really isn't that bad. And I lost 400 subscribers on my main channel. I do not support universal healthcare. Universal healthcare is a sham. Universal healthcare is a dumb idea, period. And honestly, if I say some shit in this video that's gonna piss you off or make you view me as ignorant, bitch, bye! I said what the fuck I said. I'm not gonna take it back. And if you can change my mind, go for it. But at the end of the day, my opinions are my opinions. And we're all entitled to our own opinions, but you're not entitled to your own fact. And as I talk shit and I say a whole bunch of shit that's going to piss you off, I'm going to be making some toast. And I'm going to be giving my unpopular opinions. And like I said, this is not facts. These are unpopular opinions, and they're unpopular opinions for a reason. So let's get into it. You don't need to work out to lose weight. I lost hella weight just from cutting out soda, juice, refined sugar, and red meat. You don't have to work out to lose weight. Working out to lose weight is a myth. Honestly, just go walking and cut back on the red fucking meat. That's all you really gotta do. I literally lost weight just from drinking lemon water and eating sea moss, and I didn't lift a motherfucking weight. And I barely got on a fucking treadmill. So stop believing in the myth that you have to work out to lose weight. I think Lizzo is thick. Lizzo is not fat. I was very annoyed when I saw that viral clip of Lizzo saying that people expect her to be an activist just because she's fat and she's black. And I was like, but she's not even fat. Like, I know a lot of people look at Lizzo like, oh my God, the fat girl. The media gave us the fat girl. There's so many people like Normani and Victoria Monet and all these other people, but they gave us the fat girl. First of all, Lizzo is thick. And Lizzo is thick in my personal opinion because look at her. Like, Lizzo has big boobs. Lizzo has ass. Lizzo has thighs. Lizzo has a proportionate butt that matches her big thighs. Lizzo is thick. I don't know where people are getting this whole notion that she's fat. I don't see anything fat about her. Like, the girl is thick. Like, some of y'all don't even know what the fuck thick is. Like, there's plenty of big girls out there that are actually fat. Look at Gabourey Sidibe. She's fat as fuck. Look at Chrissy Metz. That's a big bitch. Those women are fat. Lizzo is thick. I don't know who needs to hear this, but stay the fuck away from grown men if you're a teenage girl. If you're a teenage boy, stay away from grown women. Overall, if you're an adult, stay away from teenagers overall. Like, I'm tired of seeing this whole notion of, well, it's okay because, you know, she's 16 and even though he's 25, they can still fuck each other and have sex. No, it's disgusting and it's grooming. Whether it's a man or a woman, date people your own damn age or date someone who's fucking legally an adult. This whole notion of dating people who are younger than you and women thinking this shit is cool is disgusting. It's wrong. And honestly, if you're a teenage girl, you're dating an older guy or talking to an older guy, I am asking you wholeheartedly to go sit your ass down somewhere and go play with your fucking dolls. You're a little ass girl and you should not be walking around with a grown ass man. That grown ass man does not care about you. He does not really like you. And whenever a grown ass man tells you, wow, you're really mature, or wow, you're more mature, or wow, you're very mature, what he's really telling you is, wow, you're pretty damn young for me, but I definitely fuck you. That's really what he's saying to you. These grown-ass men don't give a fuck about you. They only want you for one thing in particular. There's a reason why these grown-ass men can't get girls their own age. They can't get girls their own age because girls their own age have standards, have needs, have wants, and teenage girls simply are just looking forward to graduation and prom and what they're going to eat on Saturday. That's really it. So these grown-ass men don't like you, don't want you. And if you're dating a grown-ass man and you're a teenager or you're mad young, leave his ass or stop fucking talking to him because he doesn't really want you. He might tell you how gorgeous you are, how good you look, but he doesn't want you. Stop being a stupid bitch and listen to your fucking parents and stay the fuck away from that grown-ass man. Stop being stupid. You're young and dumb, and you're going to regret it in the next 3 or 4 years. These grown-ass men be ruining these young girls' lives and their self-esteem, and these grown men really just want to shape you and frame your mind into their ideal woman, which is their ideal slave, to make a long story short. I think the pandemic is real, but I also feel as though that it's very exaggerated. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's not something that it should be taken seriously. I do believe it's 100% real. Wear your mask, social distance, and all that other shit. But I feel as though that it's being very politicized and sensationalized as a way to control people. I do feel like it's being used in a way where they want to control the masses by fear-mongering people. For one, I find it funny how at first it was, oh my god, we're gonna die. Oh my god, stay inside, there's a curfew. 8 o'clock is the curfew. But then when the whole protests start going on, I start seeing clumps and crowds of people, and I start seeing mayors, senators, and Congress saying, oh no, it's okay. You know, we'll extend the curfew to 10 o'clock. Bitch, the second wave is about to come any fucking moment because flu season is right around the corner, and these motherfuckers are telling you that you can stay outside an extra couple 2 hours just because you're protesting. Something ain't adding up here, but motherfuckers can't go to church or get a fucking haircut. Something's not adding up. The pandemic is being exaggerated, and I do feel like there is a virus, and I do believe it's real. I just feel as though that it's not as extensive as people are trying to make it seem. So get your damn toilet paper and get your cans now, because the second wave is coming and politicians are going to politicize it and use it as a way to control people. So stay woke, look at the numbers, and keep in mind that a lot of things aren't adding up at all.
Against the law?
It's against the law to make you wear a mask. It's against the law. The ADA tells them that you cannot make people wear a mask. It's not our laws at all. This is just made up by Bill Gates and them, and by you wearing that. Seriously, think about it. You're breathing out your toxic air, and you're breathing in the same air. You're making your lungs, you're killing your antibodies, so that if there's a cold that comes around in November, you're getting sick. You're making yourself sick. You're making, breathe.
Yeah, you're spitting out too.
No, baby, that's not what's going to make you sick. You're alive. Go look on the package, and it will tell you. It will not protect you from COVID-19. You are hurting yourself. Don't stop being lied to. They want to kill all the Mexicans.
Do you believe in?
They never tell you how many people actually have underlying conditions or underlying illnesses that cause the virus to impact them. They never tell you these things. It's really odd. I'm very skeptical about it. And one thing they also never tell you is what you can actually eat to avoid these things. They never tell you chew on some ginger or drink some mint tea or try some bitter melon, because bitter melon is very antiviral. Same thing with sea moss. They never tell you, oh, eat some sea moss. Nope. In reality, society just wants you to take your damn chip, and after they chip you, they control you, and that's pretty much it.
The Moderna vaccine sound concerning. We looked. After the second dose, at least 80% of participants experienced a systemic side effect, ranging from severe chills to fevers. So, are these vaccines safe?
Well, the FDA, not being pressured, will look hard at that. The FDA is the gold standard of regulators, and their current guidance on this, if they stick with that, is very, very appropriate. And you know, the side effects were not super severe. That is, it didn't cause permanent health problems for the things there. Moderna did have to go with a fairly high dose, and so to get the antibodies. Some of the other vaccines are able to go with lower doses to get responses that are pretty high, including the J&J and the Pfizer. And so there's a lot of characteristics of these vaccines. It's great that we have multiple of them that are
Bill,
going out there. And yes, I think
you know the data
US
better than I do.
government.
But the data showed that everybody with a high dose had a side effect.
Yeah, but some of that is not dramatic, where it's just super painful. But yes, we need to make sure there's not severe side effects. The FDA, I think, will do a good job of that.
But it's all good, because we're all going to be first in line, ready to get that damn chip at the end of the day, because we all just want to go back to normal. But the pandemic is exaggerated, and it's just a ploy to get people to take the chip, in my personal opinion. P-Valley is one of the best shows on television right now. I don't care what anyone says. That show is exceptional. De'Ara's dumbass is gonna take Ken back. Watch them come back with a video 2 to 3 weeks from now or a few months from now, take a long break and then be like, look, at the end of the day, things are happening this way or happening that way, but it's not what you think and I'm still standing by my man. Her dumbass is going to take his ass back because they built a whole brand together. And after her dumbass taken back, he going to cheat on her ass again. I was not a fan of the Breonna Taylor costumes. The Breonna Taylor costumes were very annoying, cringe, and uncomfortable, and I thought they were very weird. I mean, I get it. It's Halloween. Dress up how you want, to each its own. But I thought the Breonna Taylor costumes were a little cringe. The Grammys is a rigged award ceremony. That shit is bullshit. It's fake. It's lies. It's bullshit. It's just like, if Aaliyah doesn't have a Grammy, if J. Cole doesn't have a Grammy, if artists like Tupac and Ice Cube, who solidified themselves in the industry and created a lane for the new generation, don't have Grammys, the Grammys is rigged. It's a joke. People take it way too seriously just because it's one of the oldest award ceremonies in history. Colin Kaepernick is a clout chaser at the end of the day. I understand his movement and I was for it at first, but the dude is a whole clout chaser. Anytime he does something, there's always cameras around. Anytime he's ready to address something, he always has a note-written PR stunt. This dude is a clout chaser, a clown, and a fraud, and I don't trust him, especially after that last incident he pulled in 2019. Kids should never get life in prison. I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker shot up a whole school. Kids should never get life in prison at the end of the day. Give them extensive amount of punishments, give them 10, 20 years, but life in prison is a little bit too much. I feel like we should be encouraging rehabilitation for children because children who do fucked up shit in the world come from broken homes, or if they don't come from broken homes, they come from broken parents. So at the end of the day, I feel as though that kids should never get life in prison. It reminds me of Tay-K. If y'all didn't know, Tay-K was a rapper who was on house arrest, who was involved with a murder, and even made a whole music video of him leaving house arrest just to go viral. So even though he does deserve to be in jail because he's a fucking criminal, fucking nasty little bitch, he doesn't need life in prison. I don't think teenagers, children should ever get life in prison. But if you grown as fuck, bitch, bye. You deserve life in prison, bitch. Throw away the key and throw the book at them. Harambe did not deserve what happened to him. I've never been able to get over that situation ever since I first heard about it back in 2016. And Harambe did not deserve that shit. You know who did deserve that shit? The bitch who wasn't watching her damn kid. Shit scared the shit out of me. Anyways, you know who did deserve to get shot? The bitch who wasn't watching her damn kid. And I know people going to be like, well, that's messed up. She didn't know. Bitch, how the fuck are you at a zoo and you aren't watching your damn kid? How the fuck you ain't see your kid reaching over the damn shit and falling over? This just don't make no sense. So at the end of the day, Harambe died because some bitch wasn't watching her damn kid. And that bitch should get her kid taken away from CPS and she should get life in prison. Fuck her. What happened to Harambe was terrible. I'm still not over that. Never trust IG models or IG thoughts who market things to you that will make you look snatched or help you lose weight. Keisha K.O. has this like flat tummy tea shit that she's been selling lately that's helping women lose weight, but it's really making you shit your guts out. At the end of the day, if you want to lose weight, like I said, you realistically could just drink lemon and water. Or how about this? Instead of drinking lemon and water, you can get 3 tablespoons of sea salt, put it in a cup of warm water, and drink that shit every morning and then every night before you go to bed. Or just drink lemon water or drink lime water. Or you could simply just cut back on refined sugar and count your calories. Like, do not trust these Instagram whores and Instagram models who are trying to market and sell you shit to look snatch and lose weight. Them fucking waist trainers don't fucking work. How the fuck Keisha K or Ant Body ass gonna teach some of y'all how the fuck to have a slim body and a curvy waist when she paid for half that shit that she got? This bitch has looked like this since This bitch has looked like this since 2007. Like, no. Like, don't believe that shit, okay? Just drink lemon water and go walking. Walking is like the most simplest thing you can do, and you can lose loads of calories and burn tons of fat. Don't trust these whores.
Need this product. If you have not detoxed in over 30 days. Your body needs to be cleansed. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It's not a negotiable. You need to get that shit up out your colon. It is building up. And this is a game changer. You no longer have to steep and brew the tea. All you got to do is very simple. Not for money. I'm talking about so you can get them toxins up out your system. Can you do this to live a little longer? Do you know that 1 out of 4 Americans are going to die of cancer? Yeah. Did you know that 2 out of 4 Americans are obese? Yeah. Do you know that 98% of diseases begin in the colon? Can you do this to live a little longer? CBDT.
None of them ain't shit. They be trying to sell this teamy shit that has spirulina in it and have moringa in it, and it be having like bay leaves in it. I'm like, bitch, I could buy each one of them products for under $10 on Amazon. All them herbs that are in that little milkshake shit that you selling individually for under $20, and you selling me that big ass raggedy shit for $60? Get the fuck out of here, scammers. I don't feel bad for Kodak Black. Ooh, vegan butter. I don't feel bad for Kodak Black at all.
3 attorneys now on this case, one of them traveling from Pennsylvania to meet with his client only to learn he had been abruptly moved. Kodak Black's mother also learning today her son is no longer in South Florida.
I want to make sure my son okay. I want to make sure they don't kill my son.
The mother of Kodak Black in tears, fearing the fate of her son as he serves his time in federal prison.
My son is everything to me.
The concern comes after a series of social media posts painting a picture of civil rights violations behind bars. The rapper claiming he was beaten, refused medical attention, starved, and more. In one post writing, "They are strategically killing me slowly in here. I have been humiliated over and over again."
We know something happened in that prison.
His mother reaching out to high-profile attorney Benjamin Crump.
She wants to make sure that while he's in their custody, that he doesn't end up dead.
Crump and co-counsel say they were scheduled to meet with the performer Wednesday morning at a prison facility in southwest Miami-Dade.
Literally, only hours before we meet with him, they put him on a bus to Kentucky.
We believe they intentionally moved him so he couldn't meet with his attorneys.
The rapper, whose real name is Bill Capri, is currently serving nearly 4 years after pleading guilty to weapons charges stemming from his arrest in May just before he was scheduled to appear at the Rolling Loud Music Festival.
What happened to him was terrible. If you guys didn't know, Kodak Black is currently doing time in prison because he made a lot of awful mistakes. And if you guys didn't know, he's had an awful run-in with the law for the past couple of years. And he's currently doing time in prison for things regarding gun possession charges and so on and so forth. The dude overall just wasn't an upstanding guy, and he deserves to be in prison for the rest of his sentencing. And he needs to be held accountable. I know a lot of people feel bad for him because there's rumors going around, and he even confirmed that officers were harassing him, treating him like shit and being nasty to him. That was terrible, but I don't feel bad. And I don't feel bad because I feel as though that if he can go around saying fucked up shit about black women and saying fucked up shit all the time, like, nah. Like, and then what he said about Lauren London, I don't feel bad. What happened to him is terrible. I'm not denying that. But bitch, you ain't getting my fucking sympathy. Ooh, smooth like butter. Doja Cat did not deserve to be canceled. What happened to her was pretty terrible, and all of it was taken out of context. Basically, if y'all didn't know, Doja Cat was being dragged for going on live stream and twerking for a whole bunch of white dudes, and allegedly she was out here, you know, saying horrible things behind the scenes, and she was also degrading her hair and saying that she hates her hair. It was a lot of shit that Doja Cat was being dragged for. And a lot of it had lots to do with taken out of context videos. Doja Cat is a fucking idiot and she deserved to be held accountable. But to be canceled for shit that was like speculated is ridiculous. It was nothing but Twitter cancel culture doing what they do best. And that's why I don't support cancel culture no more. I understand canceling people, I get it. But this whole notion of just canceling people based off of some shit people say on Twitter is ridiculous. Like, cancel culture on Twitter has gotten so ridiculous and so toxic to the point where it's not even about holding people accountable anymore. It's all about being trendy. Now it's all about, yeah, we're canceling you. Get down on your knees and suck my dick. Get down on your knees and kiss my hand. Like, that's literally what cancel culture has gotten into. Like, it's turned into something so ugly where people just use it as an excuse to make you bow down and beg for your career. And then they make you apologize when the internet don't even give a fuck about no apology. They don't gonna care about that shit 2 to 3 weeks from now. We need to abolish the 13th Amendment. People keep saying, abolish the police, do this, do that. Like, it's like, I noticed that all these people who are like activists have all these demands, but you're not even demanding the real shit. Like, a lot of people keep saying, oh, abolish this, abolish that. Oh, we're gonna hold this politician accountable so they can abolish this. Why don't we abolish the 13th Amendment? If you know what the 13th Amendment is, it's basically the amendment that was signed by Abraham Lincoln and tons of other motherfuckers who basically abolished slavery against African Americans, which was amazing, which was great. But it says slavery is okay if you committed a crime. Who's likely to be incarcerated the most? How about we defund the fucking 13th Amendment that no one ever fucking talks about? Oh, I get it. People don't talk about it because the media don't want you talking about it. I don't think Naomi Campbell's innocent at all. I think she should be investigated just like all the other motherfuckers that are on that damn list of people that are on Jeffrey Epstein's flight list. She was so quick to disavow the photos that came out of her and Jeffrey Epstein, but not her name that was on that flight log. She got real quiet with that. The Shade Room does not care about black people. It's not even the Shade Room anymore. It's just a platform where they literally just try to shape people's opinions, and they use these horrible headlines to misguide people, knowing motherfuckers don't read. Ashanti is not a legend. Don't get me wrong, Ashanti was great for her time. Yeah, she has a couple classics, but I don't think she's a legend because she was only good for her time. Her career didn't really exceed anything past that. She really only has 2 successful albums, and then all the other albums are pretty much flops. Candace Owens is not that bad. I get why people don't like her, don't get me wrong, but she's really not that bad. I feel like people be really going in on her just because of her political beliefs, which mean to each its own. I don't give a fuck about anybody's political beliefs. I like her. This woman be saying some real ass shit, and she actually cares about black people, unlike most people, but she actually cares about black people.
And you said if I was right, you'd admit it.
No, I'm just asking you to explain it further because I
want
people that are hearing you to hear.
Their laws like you have to do 3 black flips, 2 somersaults, and a moonwalk.
You mean have an ID?
Yeah, an ID.
So do you think black
other
people?
forms,
Let me ask you a question. Do you think black people are too stupid to get a driver's license?
Why would you call black people?
Because
stupid,
to me, I'm offended that people call that.
Black.
No, I'm asking you something.
Black.
I'm asking you something. I'm offended when people say to me that oppresses us. I'm like, I don't know a single black person that doesn't have ID. You can't drive. You can't buy a pack of cigarettes. You can't buy alcohol. Don't think we're so stupid that we can't figure out how to get ID. It's insulting to call that voter suppression.
Okay.
It's insulting.
What about the closing and
do you know a single black person that doesn't have ID?
Yeah, I do. I actually do.
Really?
What about because
I understand that her delivery is pretty terrible and she can be kind of problematic, but I kind of like her. She's really not that bad. Like, she's a passionate, resilient, just brilliant black queen, and I feel like a lot of people just don't like her because of her political views. Like, look past her political views and listen to what she has to say. Like,
the biggest issue facing Black America is father absence. We have children that are growing up without their fathers in the home, and that is being incentivized by the government right now via the welfare system. When the government says we'll give you more money if you don't marry the father of your children, you are incentivizing bad behavior in our community. What happens when you remove a father from the home? This is why I do not mess with feminism at all. I'm not with it. This breakdown and mocking masculinity, making it seem like there's something wrong to be a man, all of this contributes to the breakdown of family.
I could look past Kanye's political views and listen to what he had to say. Why can't y'all do the same for Candace? Camila Cabello is a very mediocre artist. I don't see the hype with her, and I don't get why people love her voice so much. She makes decent music, but I just never saw the hype with her. It's funny how the whole trend of protect black women all of a sudden became popping because of Meg. I ain't never hear Meg ever speak on things regarding social issues regarding black women, literally ever, until she got shot. I don't know. I feel like she's sensationalizing things, and that's just my opinion. I know people gonna be like, fuck you, I'm unsubscribing. Bitch, bye. I said what the fuck I said. I'm not gonna sit up here and cap for Megan just because she's Megan. I'm gonna sit up here and find out all the facts, and I'm gonna wait for the judge to make the final ruling. Period. Now bye, bitch. Unsubscribe. It's late, y'all. I haven't slept all day. Raven Simone can't sing for shit. But bitch, put the mic down. You can't sing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm Whitney Houston or some shit. I'm just saying, like, Queen and Slim will go down as a classic in the next 10 years. Oppression won't stop you, and social prejudice is not going to stop you from achieving your goals. You want to be an actress, you can fucking do that shit. Let's stop with the victim mentality of, well, all this KKK stuff and racist stuff in the world. Stop making excuses and go fucking do it. Stop with this, well, I can't make it, or I'm not going to make it as a singer, or I ain't going to do this because this field is filled with men, or it's filled with white people. Stop. Stop with the excuse and just go fucking do it. You can do it. I believe you can do it. So why don't you just go fucking do it? I believe in you. Why don't you believe in yourself? Oppression is not going to stop you from reaching your goals. Excuses are going to stop you. The white privilege pledge is one of the most dumbest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life, and I done seen it all. If you guys didn't know, there's this new trend on TikTok where basically white people do the white privilege pledge, and they basically pledge to use their white privilege for good and to help minorities and to help Mexicans and Hispanics and blacks and all these other ethnic groups that deal with all types of oppression due to their skin color.
Racism, anti-blackness, or violence.
About racism, anti-blackness, or violence.
I will use my voice in the most uplifting way possible.
I will use my voice in the most uplifting way possible.
And do everything in my power to educate my community.
And do everything in my power to educate my community.
I will love my black neighbors the same as my white ones.
I will love my black neighbors the same as my white ones.
And if you have a black person standing next to you, use your privilege if you're white to protect them. Protect the people next to you.
No, it's stupid, it's corny, and it's lame. Black-only college dorms and black-only spaces at universities are stupid as fuck.
California University. At Cal State LA, they have dorms for black students who want to be separated from the rest of the campus. Now, tonight we've learned there are similar housing programs at UC Davis.
New tonight, CBS 13's Sharon Raje, I should say, joins us live now from UC Davis with more on a campus controversy. Sharon?
Sam and Christina, the black students who choose to live here at the African-American complex here at UC Davis say this is the place that they feel most connected and safe. But as we see these kind of housing options appear on different campuses throughout the state and throughout the country, the question is this segregation?
We should support different communities wanting to live together, but there shouldn't be specific white or specific black or specific Asian dormitories.
News of a new housing option at Cal State Los Angeles spreading quickly and generating criticism.
What's next? Are we going to have Hispanic only? Are we going to have Asian only? Are we going to have white only?
From former California State Assemblyman Tim Donnelly, who spoke to us via Skype, to students, the campus making national headlines for setting aside 20 spots in their 192-unit dorm complex for African-American students.
It's definitely not putting us back. It's putting us forward, if anything.
Cindy DeLone is the president of the Black Student Union at UC Davis. She lived here her freshman year at Campbell Hall at the African-American housing complex, where roughly 45 to 70 students are accommodated each year, and says it's a positive opportunity for the black student population.
It's definitely a safe space, just because, like I said, you see so many people that look like you, so many people that are going through the same thing that you are going through.
UC Davis has offered this housing option for 2 decades now, and university officials say they do not shut anyone out.
Many of our students who live in this community identify as African or African American. But we also have a number of students who do not, and they want to be there to learn from other students.
If they're all for it, I think that everyone else should be too.
But still, for some, the idea of housing for one minority group simply sets us back decades and runs counter to the aims of the civil rights movement.
And using taxpayer dollars to segregate society, I think, is probably offensive to everyone.
Bitch, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, you went to a PWI. If you want the black experience, go to a HBCU. The world don't look like an HBCU. Let's just put it that way. You're going to have to be able to deal with different races each time. College is about challenging yourself, teaching yourself different skills, developing yourself to who you are. Stop with this notion that you have to be in your comfort zone to be comfortable. The whole notion of black spaces or black-only dorms is ridiculous. You went to a PWI or you went to a school that's not that diverse, deal with it. I'm just saying, when it comes to black-only spaces or black-only dorms, you're only dividing yourselves, and that just goes against what our ancestors fought for. Like, they fought for integration, and you want to divide yourself? It just makes no sense. I mean, I get that you want to see black people, but come on. Like, not all white people are going to do microaggressions and make you uncomfortable, you know? Blend in, make new friends, teach yourself some new experiences. You don't need no black only dorm to be comfortable with your own people. And plus, there's a lot of white people I can't fucking stand. There's a lot of black people I can't fucking stand. Just because you share the same fucking skin color as me, that doesn't mean I'm gonna like you or relate to you. I like or relate to anyone, and that should go for anyone else. To a certain extent, I do support reparations. However, I do feel as though that African countries who participate in the slave trade, because I know people love to deny this, classism has always been an issue in Africa. Still to this day it is. It's an issue all over the world. It's always going to be the rich versus the poor in many situations. And I feel as though that if we want reparations, whether you're African American or Caribbean American or wherever you're from, part of the black diaspora, Africa, the African countries that participated in the African slave trades or the slave ships, they should be paying reparations as well. Hold Africa accountable as well, or don't hold anyone else accountable. I'm just saying. I know people are going to be like, that's not true, that's a myth, that's a rumor, we were kings and queens. No, motherfucker. Some Africans were kings and queens, and they sold a lot of us out. I'm just saying. And that's just some real shit, and people just don't want to hear the truth. Just admit it, they didn't want you in Wakanda. By the time you turn 35 or 40, you should buy a home. Buying a home is the most beneficial thing in the world, and renting is a scam. Get a fucking credit lock. It only costs around $18 a month. No reason why it's 2020 and people are still getting their identity stolen. August Alsina is very overrated. He wouldn't be famous if it weren't for his looks. I still don't understand why people find August Alsina's music appealing. It's corny, it's lame, he has a nice voice, but I don't see the hype. If he was ugly as fuck or if he looked like Gary Coleman, a lot of y'all wouldn't give him shit or a time of day. There is nothing wrong with two same-sex parents. If a daddy and a daddy want to adopt a son, let them fucking do it. People act like two same-sex parents are a big deal and it's ridiculous and they need a male figure and a feminine figure. No. They just need two loving, supportive, structured, disciplined, smart, wise parents to raise them. This whole notion of, oh, well, same-sex parents, bitch, would you rather that child be aborted? Which I don't have a problem with abortion. House of Pain did not need a fucking reboot. I'm literally very annoyed that they even did one because it was so unnecessary. I like House of Pain. It's one of the few things that Tyler Perry has created that I actually give a fuck about. And my last unpopular opinion is, I believe a racist can change. I get the notion of once a racist, always a racist, or I believe a racist can change. The world is so much bigger than your backyard, and not everyone is going to be racist for the rest of their life. Being racist is not a genetic thing. It's more of a ignorant thing. It's more of a toxic mindset. It's almost like somebody who normalizes abuse or somebody who normalizes bad behavior. Racist people can change. You can teach people to not be racist. You could teach people to accept people for who they are. We've all said things that are racially insensitive, and I feel like a lot of us have probably changed our ways as we learned more. A racist can change. Everyone is capable of change at the end of the day. If they're like fucking 60, 70 years old, fuck them, they're long gone, they're gonna be dead anyway, so fuck them. So, thank you for unsubscribing. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah. That was that for this unpopular opinion. I'm pretty sure I pissed the internet the fuck off, and I'm pretty sure that she's gonna come back one day to haunt my ass. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Choice out this bitch. And I love the way that he makes me feel. And if I am my reflection of him, then I must be fly because his light shines so bright. No, I love the way he speaks. I love the way he feels. I love the way that he treats his mama. I love that gap in between his teeth. I love him in every way that a woman could love him, from personal and universal. And most of all is unconditional. That's the way it feels. Ooh. There ain't no substitute for the truth. Either it is or it isn't. You see, the truth, it needs no rule. Either it is or it isn't. None of us are the way you feel. Oh, and if I am my impression of him, that must be fly, because his light shines so bright. I wouldn't hide. Ooh.